I get so confused because we're so close to one of my old like secondary files of chapter 47. So occasionally I keep trying to switch to it.
You fool.
All right.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Welcome to
You
Time to
foolish
Leave.
fool.
Professional as always, aren't we? I'm still
Probably.
alive.
Let's be honest, it's probably more professional than what we usually do anyway, so...
I mean, yeah. So I guess to get the big thing out of the way, Microsoft
yeah.
buying Activision Blizzard.
Yeah,
Which-
Microsoft is... I mean, I'll say it, I think it's real fucking... I think it's pretty bad, honestly.
Yeah.
In the sense of Microsoft is already a company that was so huge, they were threatening to turn it into multiple smaller companies.
Yeah, I remember
And-
that. Like, I think back in the 2000s, wasn't it?
Something like that. And also a company that has in the past, I believe, the IRS was investigating them for fraud that they definitely did. Like, it's not even really up for debate because they then lobbied to defund the IRS and then succeeded, so the IRS literally couldn't afford to take them to court.
Yes, apparently they challenged the IRS and won, which already makes them more supervillains than the Joker was.
So,
All right. Also,
Just-
just as a dumb aside, real quick, I forgot from last time we got the high new and everything, so Row now has the new. But yeah, it's not good. I think the more frustrating thing for me is people's reaction to it, which has been a lot of people have been happy about it.
and here I am, like, you're letting basically one company corner a significant chunk of the entire, like, Western gaming market.
I had one person try to argue that it was okay because it's only 10%. And, like, do you know how big, even if that is the number, and I don't know if it is, probably isn't. 10% is still a lot.
What, is that 10% of the entire Western gaming market?
I guess that's what they mean.
That's significantly
Yes,
more than
exactly.
what... But it's
They seem, to be
significantly...
they seem to be hoping that under Microsoft they'll at least, force Activision to,
Get rid of Bobby.
But like,
Maybe-
that's
maybe.
not even a guarantee.
No,
Yeah,
they're just hoping that Microsoft will decide that the, scamming people with, pay to win is not worth just making actual games.
The real question is, how the fuck is Bobby Kotick still there? I mean, obviously, because he runs this shit. And it's kind of like...
I'm just waiting for their announcement that Microsoft now has their own police division, like Shinra, like helicopters and soldiers and stuff.
Like, I had, like, when you say that, it reminds me, I had people in, we've talked about this with Disney before, people go, but what about Disney? I'm like, I can hate two things at the same time. I have a higher attention span than that.
Yeah, but here's the real difference between Disney and Microsoft in this exact circumstance: is that when Disney bought Fox, they basically had after that fact, then had their two largest income revenues hilariously crippled by COVID-19 for at minimum for a year, 2 years straight.
Yeah.
So Disney hasn't recouped the losses from buying Fox yet. Microsoft, on the other hand, has not had any kind of and is not likely to have any kind of significant loss to
It's
their
arguably
income.
less off for the moment that they bought Fox, and if they just kept that money to themselves.
Yeah. Because of how much money they lost from the parks going down, because that's where most of the
And-
revenue goes. Or come
Bearing in
from.
mind, though, it's not even just the parks going down, because the parks obviously was a huge thing, but you've also got the fact that movies, like, people stopped going to theatres, and
Yeah.
I don't know how much you make off of Disney Plus subscriptions, but probably...
Not
I
a
don't
lot.
thi-
No, there was a whole thing where they were like Disney Plus was going to be operating at a loss for a while, and they were hoping to counter that with theater and theme park revenue until they were able to get it going. So when they were like Disney Plus is now our main thing because everyone's stuck at home, they were like, oh, damn, that's literally the opposite of what we were hoping would happen.
And obviously, any sort of new releases...
And then to counter that, they started releasing movies early on Disney Plus, which in turn had started them getting lawsuits from their actors who were like, no, you're supposed to release it exclusively in theaters so we get more money off of that.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, in Microsoft, Microsoft's main source of income is computers and such. And I don't know about you, but I feel like if lots of people having to stay home now, people are buying a lot more computers.
And they don't really manufacture video cards, so like the crypto shit isn't really hitting them. The only thing it really can hurt them on is in terms of their Xbox manufacturing, because I know they do use video cards. I don't remember which one they use. I used to know, but I forgot.
A friend of mine decided, oh, well, there's rumors that they're going to get out of the console game, and I was like, why the fuck would they do that? Microsoft are like kind of like Google, but they stick with their stupid ideas. It's like Google will have a stupid idea, and then they will throw a lot of money at it, realize it, then see it's not going to immediately work, and then go, well, fuck that shit, and leave. See the Stadia.
Yeah.
Microsoft, on the other hand, will throw lots and lots of money at shit, and then see that it's either not working or not performing, and then just go,
it.
and then they'll just be like, well, good thing we have literally infinite money.
Yeah, why would they get out of the console market when they're currently doing pretty well?
Yeah.
When they're cornering it.
Like, I mean, that's why they're buying them up, because then they can be like, look at all these exclusives that we now bought.
Look at all of these things that you literally can't get anywhere because we own everything.
Because we
And
bought
it's like, I'm like, surely they must have already, because there were things that were being broken up, crossed that threshold where antitrust laws should have,
There are apparently conversations about it, but that rarely goes anywhere. Like, honest to God, it should be busted up. I think, like, a lot of these companies should be busted up.
What's the point of having antitrust laws if, like, if all of your
A lot of them got rolled back during the Reagan administration.
Yeah.
But it's like, what is the point in having and even pretending that they exist if, like, you're just going to stand there and go, yeah, it's okay for them to just basically buy out a third of all media in the world. That's fine.
Maybe they're afraid of like the ghost.
Why they do it to make it look like it's not like an oppressive business dictatorship.
Yeah, or also maybe because they're afraid that they'll break the final seal and Ted Roosevelt will come out of his grave.
Well, do you know what though? All of this has made me appreciate one thing.
Yeah.
Climate change. Fuck everyone at this point, right? Just bring on the oceans, drown these bastards.
I still just can't get over though, like how many people are like clapping and cheering over it. It's just so stupid.
Yay!
It's because they hate Activision and Blizzard more.
But it is epitome of shut up and take my money at the moment, and I'm like, guys, this is
Sickening.
real bad for one company to own as much
They
as it is
own
owned.
30 fucking 30 fucking game development studios. They own 30. That's a lot.
Yeah, they still have
10
games.
is too much in my opinion.
It's kind of baffling to me how Microsoft owns so much and still has so little somehow.
Well, they only recently started buying up big companies because Bethesda is a big one. They owned a lot of shit because buying them they got id and all that shit. And with Activision being another one of those companies that was aggressively buying up studios, they now got all the studios that Activision didn't get around to killing yet, along with all those IPs that they own. There's so much bullshit that's under one roof right now out of just buying big companies. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
The one upside is there's no way in hell they'll ever get I'm pretty sure there is even like a whole thing of like the sort of Japanese government like will flat out deny like American companies buying out Japanese corporations.
Like you can put like stock into it, but buying it out, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, no. Like if they tried to buy out Sony, the Japanese government would be like, no.
Like,
doesn't matter how much money.
Like Saudi Arabia, I know has a stock, and like I know Saudi Arabia and China both have stocks in like SNK.
Yeah.
Like we won't.
But they
won't allow foreign companies to have complete control of it.
Right, like they basically all they can do is give them money is essentially it.
Like even if they offer like 3 times the company's worth, they won't sell.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of money. It's a matter of like them not wanting foreign influence on their country.
I only bring this up because obviously a lot of people are sort of speculating. Oh well, now that Microsoft has bought everyone else, maybe they'll try and go after Nintendo or Sony again.
They won't be allowed to buy out Nintendo or Sony anyway because that definitely will get an antitrust law thrown on them. Like they won't even be able to.
Well,
there is a point where they're like, okay, no, sorry, we can't.
I don't even know about that anymore. But I think the main thing keeping them together is the fact that they're just from Japan, so buying them would be a fucking nightmare.
Well,
I think Disney expressed offers at buying some big company.
They tried to buy Nintendo apparently at one point.
Well, definitely. Microsoft tried to, and then they literally laughed them out of the office.
Yeah.
There was a big meeting. They were like, we want to buy you. And they just laughed and laughed and didn't stop laughing. And they were just standing there awkwardly like...
Oh, really? We have the money.
We'll buy you. And they were like, just leave.
Leave. But, you're done here. Go out.
We don't want... This might be an alien concept to you, Microsoft, but some things can't be bought with money. Impossible.
Impossible.
I think the closest thing they could...
And then their robot brains melted.
I think the closest thing they have to that is that there are a couple businesses in Japan that were started and run by foreign people in there.
Capcom, I know, was one. No, Sega was.
And and they have like influence there and everything, but like no, Microsoft, especially a huge American conglomerate, cannot just buy a major Japanese company. They won't allow it.
Well, I'm mostly obviously thinking of this because I just wonder if this will lead to a weird like division in sort of gaming to just straight out being East versus West again.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because everything is going to be Microsoft soon.
I think I'd be okay with that.
Maybe, yeah, Sony then has to double down and just be hardcore Japanese.
Finally, we can get rid of the fucking Sony games I don't care about, which is everything they've released lately.
If finally Sony can stop trying.
Finally! Ape Escape! Okay, it won't happen, but I can...
Finally, they can stop trying to get the Western shooter audience and just be like, okay.
Nah, they haven't touched the Western shooter audience in forever. They want the Western free open world RPG audience. The Assassin's Creed people.
No, they're still gunning at more of the that like third person like story-driven action game thing.
I wonder if Ubisoft will be next on the chopping block.
Don't know.
They are, but here's the thing, though. If they did, I think the problem would be if Microsoft did try to buy out Ubisoft, the entirety of the French people would fucking kill them.
What? The French killing people?
You think I'm being facetious? They're throwing riots over anything.
I'm making a joke. I know.
Do you remember the riots over Euro Disney?
Yeah.
And the riots over the price of fish, and the riots over rioting.
They'll riot for anything.
Yeah, basically.
Didn't they riot over COVID recently?
Yeah. Well, mass protest, but yeah, rioting.
In France, it's the same thing.
It's always one of those ironic things whenever people all gather together and go, yeah, we are so sick of these COVID restrictions, and then they all get COVID because, haha, a large group of people.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know, right? It's baffling.
I mean, to be fair, and by fair, I mean insulting to people, I have met people who have gotten COVID for, like, maybe a week, were like, oh man, COVID's actually real, though. And then, like, reset, like, 2 or a week later to, it's not real, it's fake. It's like, bitch, you had it!
Just a flu.
Like, I don't understand how you can be that stupid. And I don't even consider myself a smart person.
It's going to be interesting if COVID does wind up becoming endemic, like experts are theorizing.
I don't know.
Endemic means it's basically it's just like the cold and flu, and that it just kind of it's a constant thing, but it shouldn't be anywhere near as out of control as it has been these last 2 years.
It might be.
We'll see.
I mean, I do think. I mean, I probably even said in recording. I do think we will get to that point where, like, the shots are like a bi-yearly thing. I actually had my third one, like, from this recording, literally yesterday. I didn't
Well,
get many side effects this time. I had like a slight headache for a bit, but that was about it. And my arm is a little bit more
I have
hurty
said
this
that past
time.
a certain point, I'm just not getting any more boosters. Like I'll tolerate it to some extent, but if they're going to be like, hey, you need a shot every 3 months, I'm going to be like, don't.
I don't think it'll be every 3 months.
Nah.
You might look at it every like year when there's a quote unquote COVID season, but
Probably.
Maybe I do every year, but if they're like, you're going to need monthly boosters, I'm going to be like, no.
No, I don't think they're gonna
I'd-
do monthly
I'd,
boosters.
I'd rather get sick.
Nah, they're not gonna do monthly boosters or anything like that.
as I said, it will probably be like like flu shot, like the same kind of thing of a flu shot
Yeah, that's
for
what I'm
older
thinking.
people.
I think it's literally just gonna be turned to like into like another flu shot.
It kind of depends on how everything comes out of like the what's called of the Omicron phase, and then if any more like surprise variants happen.
The Unicron variant.
With how people are acting, in my own cynicism, I bet you it will.
The Unicron variant where everyone turns into Orson Welles.
Finally!
Destiny, you cannot stop my destiny, he says as he dies. Except he doesn't die because he was a multiversal singularity for a while, and now he's not, I guess.
Even in the show for the third season, he didn't die. He just became an inactive head. But anybody could go up to his head and like cross a few wires and reactivate. He couldn't do anything because he was just a head. Because there's that whole episode where he tries to get Starscream's ghost to connect him to Cybertron so he can live again.
Damn Starscream's ghost.
Starscream's ghost. What a fucking
So yeah,
scumbag.
even exploding didn't kill him. It just turned him into a head.
Just annoyed him a little bit.
And changed his voice so he sounded nothing like Orson Welles.
Funny that.
Yeah.
Convenient.
I mean, to be fair, he was dead at that point, so...
I keep telling. Yeah, that's not gonna stop. That's not stopping shit. Have you not seen fucking a few weeks back? Dan Aykroyd decided to make a comment about doing Ghostbusters the original cast back, and it's like I keep telling you, Harold Ramis is 77 years old and he's dead. Some people are just crazy enough to think it's true. Oh, granted, Dan Aykroyd probably would actually try and cast the ghost of Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
yeah, he'd do a seance. He's like, Harold, we got Carol, come on, we gotta do another Ghostbusters. Can you just come back for a little while?
I hate that now, anytime I hear Ghostbusters or I see the Ghostbusters logo, my brain immediately plays the Joel fucking Ghostbusters music. Have you seen those?
Maybe.
Where he's like,
Question
Ghostbusters! They're back in town! That thing.
mark? Oh no.
No, that's not.
I'll have to show you those after the recordings.
Oh god.
They are interesting. Yeah, Bill Murray is insane. You know, as a fun dumb
Maybe
aside.
Dan Aykroyd. Bill Murray's just an asshole sometimes.
Oh, I mean, yes.
Yeah, Bill Murray was like, he's the one that killed the franchise in the first place. Because he's just like, no, I don't want to milk it. I think we're done.
Actually, that reminds me because Dan Aykroyd, he was the one that was in Looney Tunes in Space Jam, right?
No, that was Bill Murray.
It was Bill Murray. Okay, I get them mixed up because I'm stupid. But that was gonna be the gag of this was, I knew who they were even less when I was like 8 when that movie came out, and when he walked into the thing and they said who he was, my brain ignored what they said and I literally just thought it was the fat cop from Mortal Kombat.
No,
It's not, I know, but for my child brain was like, oh, it's the fat cop from Mortal Kombat.
like you thought Stryker looks like Bill Murray?
Yeah. At least in that movie.
He wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, he was in Space Jam.
No, I mean, I thought you meant in the Mortal Kombat movie. I'm like, Stryker.
No. When I saw,
he was like the two guys they killed off screen.
No, not in the Mortal Kombat movie. Specifically in Space Jam, when he walked out, I thought he was Stryker for some reason,
It's because he's wearing a hat.
Because he's wearing a hat.
and I was like 8 maybe.
And
8
also because
tops.
Stryker is well known for his sick dunk juggles in Mortal Kombat.
Listen, I wasn't allowed to play Mortal Kombat as a kid, so
No, Bill Murray was in Space Jam. Dan Aykroyd was in Casper
Oh yeah, so he was.
at the
Yeah.
very beginning
Yeah, yeah.
as Ray Stantz with the Ghostbusters.
He might have
Apparently-
just.
Apparently, he was just on set. Or no, he was on a nearby set that day, and they just flagged him over, and they're like, "Hey, would you put on your Ghostbusters outfit and do like a quick cameo?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure, I guess."
I'll do anything to be a Ghostbuster again. He also was he in Evolution? I know he basically made that movie a thing as a replacement Ghostbusters when he realised that Ghostbusters 3 probably wasn't going to happen now.
I don't know if he was in it or if he just produced it.
I thought he was the mayor or something.
Maybe he was.
I'd have to go and rewatch it, and that sounds like a lot of effort for a film that I only really have any interest in because it's got David Duchovny in it.
That's right. Wasn't that the thing he did when he left X-Files for a while?
Yeah. I think he quit X-Files to do. He quit X-Files to do that, plus focus on his other career, and then he came back for the finale of X-Files, and then I would say did nothing, but I'm pretty sure he did Californication. I think that was a pretty well received show and ran for 7 years, so I guess he did do something. And then they brought X-Files back, and it was trash. Holy fuck! That was, I think it was season 10 I watched, and it was just oof. Some of the worst television I've seen in a long time at that point. Obviously now there's even more worse things have happened. Ah, well.
I don't really have anything to add. I don't really care.
What else happened other than obviously Microsoft increasing its chokehold on an entire entertainment industry, a facet of the entertainment industry?
I've been playing Mega Man ZX. I like it, and it makes me sad that there'll never be another Mega Man ZX or another Mega Man game, because they only made the last Mega Man game to flex on Inafunen.
Just wait for Inafune to try again.
I think he just... I think after Mighty Number 9, he just vanished from the face of the earth.
Didn't he try another Kickstarter?
He did at the same time Mighty Number 9 was going. What was it? It was basically a Mega Man Legends I don't remember what it was called. And then he kind of disappeared, immediately. He was it wasn't even that long before he just said fuck this shit, I'm out, and just disappeared from the face of the earth. Literally it was just.
I think it didn't take off the way he hoped, and he was just like, well,
I give up.
guess it's over now.
Because I mean it doesn't help when your response to people saying, hey, this game's not good, is to go, oh, it's better than nothing. Oh, okay.
Yeah, saying that to people who paid for that game. It's a bit of a slap in the face.
It's like the opposite of the Bloodstained guy who's like, wait, the visuals look bad? Oh, okay, let me fix that.
At least he's crazy.
He's fun crazy, and also he's like, oh, you don't like it? Well, I'm gonna meme myself, and then we're gonna fix it.
Also, he did actually make the game he's famous for, as opposed to Inafune, who was
Wrongly
not the
attributed.
father. Yeah, basically.
He was as much of the father of Mega Man as we are the father of Mega Man.
We're all Mega Man's dads.
Finally.
We're all Mega Man deep down.
The Battle of the Mega Men. God.
But yeah, it's just been it's a kind of thing where just obviously that the sort of Microsoft news just kind of dominated everything that's otherwise mildly interesting.
Yeah, it was the big thing this week, and yeah, there's not really anything else that we can add to that bit of the conversation because
Yeah, it's
it
once
sucks.
again, yeah.
It sucks,
Oh.
and here we are dealing with it sucking.
Bring on the climate change. Look, I'm just saying, if humanity doesn't have the brains to stop itself from killing itself, then does it really deserve to live anyway? So like, maybe the entire human species just should get a big old Darwin Award when the climate change and such completely eradicates our way of life. And be like, well, there was no forewarning apart from all those people who've been warning it since like the fucking 70s.
What do they know?
What do they know? All I'm saying is I encourage not recycling now.
Jesus.
Kill them all! I suddenly understand how supervillains feel.
You suddenly understand every antagonist in Captain Planet.
You know what? Maybe they did have a point. Just not the point, because not being funny. At the end of the day, everyone always says, "Oh, but we're destroying the world." It's like, no, the world will be set. The world will be fine. We're destroying humanity. We're destroying civilization. There is a difference. Sometimes, you just gotta wipe the slate clean, start afresh.
Jesus.
Give a new species a chance. We could have dinosaurs again if evolution dictates it, moves in that direction. Wouldn't you want that? A world repopulated with dinosaurs?
I don't think that's what we get.
We might. You never know.
I mean, I do like dinosaurs more than people, but I also like most animals more than people.
I mean, sure, we'd lose quite a few mammalian species, but what have mammals ever done for us anyway?
A lot more than people have.
People are mammals. Checkmate, atheists.
I'm talking about other mammals, not humans.
The downside is the dolphins will probably live.
Of course they will. They're like cockroaches of the sea.
Well, let's hope the sea reptiles rise up then.
Interior crocodile alligator.
So how are you, Sabo? We've not heard from you in forever.
Yes, I was not well last week, and then I think the week before that I was just busy.
Campaigning? Question mark?
No, we're done with that. Well, actually, that's not true. But I'm done with that. Other people in the family might be still working on that stuff, but no.
One day,
never again.
One day we'll get Senator Sabo.
Maybe.
Just.
I'm sorry, my head just imagined him as like Armstrong.
That is literally what I would do.
I played college ball, you know.
I'd be like, right, where do I get my nanomachine injections?
You're just gonna tank somebody rapid fire punching you in the chest.
Yeah.
You would have to go to the University of Texas for that, though.
Sure.
I didn't go to the University. No, I didn't go to the University of Texas.
Ah, damn.
Could have gone pro if you hadn't dropped out to join their Navy.
Yeah, I didn't join the Navy either. I knew a guy who joined the Navy. That's close enough.
Yeah, sure.
He said it was pretty cool.
Well,
He worked the brig on a ship, and that was about it.
so it's basically a prison guard, but at sea.
Yes.
Well, can't have been a difficult job, at least.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Just, is there a person still in the brig? Yep. Is there a person in the brig? Nope.
There's a person in the brig. Now, where are they gonna go? He's like, oh, it's like, oh, the prisoners escaped. Where's he gonna go? We're in the middle of the ocean.
Imagine how that's going to be on a starship if we ever do get to like starships and things. Where's he gonna go? We're in the middle of deep fucking space.
That is true.
Space!
The one
It's like,
place
he's like, yeah, he can steal one of the little ships. You mean the thing that the big thing can outrun easily and just blow up? Yeah.
I like the Civi video where he put that guy in front. Had him fucking doing the breathing where he's like... And he just like looped that over and over again and then never did the space yell.
What a cock tease.
It was beautiful. I loved it.
Whenever Tim Curry isn't on screen, everybody should be asking, where's Tim
Curry? I often ask myself where Tim Curry is.
I think he had.
Apparently, he's still at home recovering from a stroke.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh
he
no,
had a
I know,
stroke.
I know real. You know what I mean.
It's very sad, actually. I guess semi-speaking of that, I did finally reach the point of where my Simpsons rewatch ends.
Oh, nice.
Because I got to Principal and the Pauper, and I'm like, yeah, I just ain't gonna watch that.
The only part of that episode that's it's funny is...
Say, oh, speaking of that, I had a stroke the other day.
The only part of that episode that's funny
I'm
is...
having a stroke right now.
The only part
Or maybe someone just thought you were having a stroke.
I mean, I did actually have a mild panic because I went downstairs and I could just smell burning. I could smell toast, and I was like, uh-oh. But it turns out someone had actually just made toast.
And didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Still say the only part of that episode that's funny is specifically when he rides away on the motorcycle going, "Up yours, children!" That's like the only funny part. I mean, you just look at that clip online, you don't really need to watch a whole episode of that.
Problem is I'm not going to say the episode is necessarily unfunny, but it does unfortunately create or set a dangerous precedent.
We're already in that precedent.
I said precedent.
We're already in that precedent.
Okay then.
Nah, he's gone forever.
Yeah, now you just have the actual senile old man. You have basically Abe Simpson as your president.
Finally. Nah, I think Abe would at least do something more.
No, I think Abe would say he'd do something and then sit back down.
Or at least break something.
Even the news articles I've been reading have basically are just like defending him with like he wasn't supposed to do anything. He was just supposed to get Trump out.
Look, he's already done his job. He's got rid of Trump. What more do you want?
It's like his job was to get Trump out, so we'd have someone who looked respectable on the world stage as our president. He wasn't supposed to actually change anything.
No.
I was like, really?
He's just sat in his armchair.
That's not what he got elected. That's not what he got elected for.
He's not supposed to do those things that he said he was going to do.
Look, just because he said he was going to do it doesn't mean he was going to do them. We all know this.
He's just there so when we wheel the president out on TV, he's not some jerk screaming at the camera.
Problem is, when you wheel him out, you do have to check his pulse to make sure he's still breathing.
What if he's not, and it's just been Weekend at Bernie's for like, like months now? We just haven't figured it out yet.
Who would operate him though?
It was the Disney
Harris.
animatronic. They took it out of the Hall of Presidents and they just put it on the stage.
It's really more like a melted wax figure, really.
Be careful, he might start singing like "It's a Small World After All." Start like glitching out.
He might start bleeding like the Lincoln one did.
I know what you're talking about, but still.
Yeah, when they first wheeled it out in the World's Fair back in the '60s, they put him there, and in the middle of his speech, all of a sudden, like he just slumped over and started shooting red stuff everywhere, and people thought like that was part of the show. Like, oh, that's to represent him getting assassinated.
Oh, boobs.
And they're like, no, it just glitched out and started shooting hydraulic fluid everywhere. That's why Disney only uses clear hydraulic fluid now, so it doesn't look like their animatronics are bleeding if they ever start leaking.
Well, Disney's just no fun.
Yeah.
What's the point if you're not going to scar children?
They lost their edge.
Some of them are still. Some of them break. Some of them break in ways that can still be pretty scarring. There's a lot of videos on glitched out Disney animatronics that like their eyes are all messed up and stuff.
I mean, the Trump one on its own is pretty scarring.
That's because they halfway built it like Hillary, assuming she was going to win, and then had a hasty.
Yeah, I know why.
Trump.
I know what happened, but it's funny.
The South Park problem, where everyone just assumed there's no way this man could possibly win.
Yeah.
Surely we can't all be this stupid. Oh fuck! Quick, go to Plan B. Go to Plan B. There's no Plan B, sir. I don't make one up.
The South Park of like making Garrison a Trump parody because they're like, we're not going to make the actual Trump a major figure on our show for the 4 years of his presidency.
Well, they didn't think he was going to be president. That's the funny thing, is that season in particular, they decided to do a story arc, I think. So unlike every other season, this one was actually planned out ahead of time. But it all hinged on the fact that Trump would lose, because obviously he was going to lose, right?
Even Trump thought he was going to lose.
Yeah, and then when he actually won,
when they declared him winner, you could see in his eyes, he's like, "Oh,
What?
wait, what?
This is supposed to be my grip to make my TV network.
yeah." He's like, "I didn't think I was gonna win. I was just gonna make a political TV network that was gonna be based off the idea that I was screwed out of the election. I didn't expect to actually win."
And then when he tried to do that 4 years later, it didn't work so well.
Yeah, the damage was done.
And everybody hated.
For a while, people thought he was just gonna quit. Like a year into the presidency, he was just gonna resign and be like, "No, that's too much work." But hey, at least I won.
Did you? Oh, him.
I won.
Probably would have been the smarter thing, because if he'd have left earlier, there probably wouldn't have been quite so many court cases left waiting for him when he finally did get out.
Yeah, probably, but
He's
yeah.
basically
and then the people double back on. No, he's never going to admit. He's gonna ride this out to the bitter end. He's never gonna.
That's how he always
play the
is.
loser. Yeah, basically.
That's how he has been throughout his life. He was gonna ride it out to the bitter end. Even though he always says, "No, I don't do that. I never lose." Why'd you settle? I never lose. You're right, guys. He said he never loses, so he doesn't lose. But what about... No, he said he doesn't lose, guys. Shush.
Well, I mean, if he says so, who are we to argue with former President Donald Trump? Oh wait, actually, I know exactly who we are to argue with Donald Trump. People with half a brain. Not full brain, only half.
Even when they bring him up now, you can tell they go out of their way as possible to not mention the former president thing.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be a badge of honor that everyone has to address them with for the rest of their lives.
Let's be honest. I think they're just waiting a few years before to see if they can get away with removing his portrait, scrubbing off any mention of him in the books, or just pretending that everyone was on vacation those 4 years.
Cool hap shit soot.
Nothing happened. Or maybe they'll just rewrite it. Maybe they'll just decide to one day print history books and say, "Yeah, Hillary Clinton was president from 2016 to 2020."
Interesting.
Just flat out try and rewrite history.
I wouldn't
know if
be
anyone-
fucking shocked.
I don't think anybody would notice. I do think there is. I do actually wonder if maybe the Activision Blizzard thing might hold some issues, mostly because I'm thinking Blizzard properties are all sort of ongoing series that never die. And I'm not sure if how Microsoft's business model will account for those sort of things, because things like Mobopicas and such have never been in their wheelhouse. And then you've allegedly got Overwatch 2 coming at some point, maybe.
We've got Overwatch 2.
Pathetically. Maybe.
Don't question us. It's coming. Stop talking about our abuse.
Look. We all know we had to announce this a little bit ahead of schedule because... Yeah, basically.
God. Crap, we can't just make another character gay. They're catching on to us.
Non-net is dying.
Okay, I
Yes.
thought that's what was going on.
Ah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, they couldn't. They were just like, oh shit, we can't make another character gay. Fuck.
We've checked it.
Microsoft is hacking into the. They're talking about it, so we have to stop that.
Talking shit.
Quick, deploy the secret police.
Get the weather machine.
You're just gonna hear stomping, and Proud Claude is standing outside your window.
Aww. So wait, is Bill Gates President Shinra then, or is he Rufus?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. That's what I'm asking. Is he old man? Is he old? Oh. So we just need some handsome devil to come in and stab him then.
Yeah, basically.
Or throw him off, or blow him up with a huge cannon.
But that won't kill him. That'll just make him, disappear for a few years.
Ah, yeah, so everyone can hang out with all these so then Cloud can hang out with all those mass murderers and be like, yeah, I guess we were always buddies. Dude who dropped a plate on on a whole bunch of innocent people I vaguely knew.
It's like, yeah, hey, Cloud, remember when I dropped that plate and killed everyone in Sector 7, including 3 guys you were kind of fond of?
Wasn't that hilarious?
That was fun, wasn't it?
Hey, do you remember their names? It was B-I-G-G-S, got it memorized. And then Cloud's like, I don't know why I'm not killing you right now, honestly.
Got it memorized?
Oh, Reno, you're too endearing to hate for all of your actual crimes you've committed.
I hate him.
I will kill you, Reno. Nobody kills Reno. Did you remember it? Ouchie, ouch.
Reno is basically a fucking Looney Tunes character. He's just full on, but everyone's like, Reno, I can't believe you killed all those people. And he just shrugs and he's like, ain't I a stinker? And then everyone laughs.
And it just starts going.
And then Rude pops in. That's all, folks. Of course, Rude would be Porky Pig.
Probably.
Up a dear, up a dear, up a dear.
Look, but yeah, it is always the baffling thing of just how, Nomura clearly likes the Turks, so the Turks now get a free pass for all the horrible shit they did.
Ah, Nomura writing. Never improve. Oh, I don't need to tell him that. He'll never improve anyway.
Also, he's not right. He's only writing Kingdom Hearts now, as far as we know.
I know what I said.
I
know what I said.
He has been kicked off of Final Fantasy VII Remake 2.
Fuck's this Fate Ghost shit?
Fate Ghost Coast to Coast.
Well, you see, I've been playing a lot of Yoko Taro stuff, and I want to do a thing with different... No, stop it, please. I have no idea how he wrote it, though.
I don't think Yoko Taro knows how he wrote it.
Fair.
To be fair, I'm still somewhat convinced that Kamiya is right when he vaguely alludes to Yoko Taro just not existing. Because it is the kind of power play I can see Kamiya doing.
Yeah, I can see that.
But the only problem is I think that would require Kamiya to stop being in the Bayonetta 3 mines.
He's not even in the Bayonetta 3 mines, because he wasn't even in 2.
No, but he has to deal with all the people going, but when Bayo, though?
When Bayo. When Bayo. When Bayo.
Every time someone sends the when Bayo tweet, he just has to block.
It's like
block.
It's like it's like, what was it? The guy who did the soundtrack for Jet Set Radio constantly gets messages from people going, "When's Sega going to re-release Jet Set Radio?" It's just like, just ask Sega, stop bothering me.
Block.
You know, I'm glad though that Capcom decided to add him as one of the bosses in Mega Man.
Look, Kamiya's Block Man.
Yes, that's the joke.
It's a good joke.
Yes, it's very good. It's very well thought out.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a weird story. I was chatting with friends the other day, and we, as usual, just sort of quoting Simpsons. And for some reason, I kind of lost track of the conversation. I went off into my own sort of mental space, and so there was like this sort of long-winded thing from one person, and I just kind of weirdly thought of like that fake Barney the Dinosaur from the episode of The Simpsons where Maggie has Mr. Burns' bear. So after this really long sort of like thing, I just suddenly said, 2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4. Oh. I really hope it wasn't something actually important. Like saying, oh man, my parents died today, and
2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4.
When do they come up with this stuff?
Yeah, there was a terrible car crash. At least 30 people were dead. It was all over the news. They were just spilling out of the freeway, and it was just 2 + 2.
2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4.
Good thing they didn't say that on the news last week.
Oh my fucking god! No, there was better stuff on the news. Did you guys see that?
What?
The thing
I
in
know
Italy?
there was a big.
I
No, what was the
have
thing in
not.
Italy?
So there was like a big Italian Senate meeting, right? And somehow on the main monitor, some fucking porn and teeth are wound up.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
You know, I guess it could have been worse. It could have been Red 13.
It's Italy. They're liberal. It's just
I know there was a massive fire here on the news. That was about it.
Wasn't that the place where you knew?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Did you burn it down?
No, I did not burn it down.
You sure?
We're not sure who burned it down because there wasn't actually anybody there.
Goblins.
Could have been. Yes, no, it survived. The main building survived, so we still have business there.
Hooray!
I'm still just reacting to the
2 + 2 is 4.
that and Tifa Port.
But they had to evacuate the entire surrounding area.
2 + 2 is 4.
2 is 4.
No, I changed
In
it.
case the entire place went up in a comically huge fireball, which was possible because of the chemicals there.
Oh god, maybe that's what was being said. Maybe I was like, maybe I'd accidentally was working for the fucking Italian Senate as like the tech guy, and just I was like, "Oh, we really need you to put this video of like the environment on," and I just like 2 + 2 is 4, and just press the key.
And then,
Oh, no.
and then it was 2 + 2 was porn.
Yes. But yeah, it's just I saw that and I was like, wow.
I really wonder whose it was. That's what I'm curious about.
I just find it impressive. That's like, so it'd be one thing.
So
if it was
anyway,
just,
here
like,
I'm going to
normal.
show you my my idea for the fiscal year, and then there's just Tifa getting railed.
Oh sorry, you meant the fistal. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, I'll be here all day.
Fortunately, the map's still going, so we can't just end on that.
Can't make this shit up. But it is Italy, so you know maybe it was intended. It wasn't that long ago where Italy had actual like what's the best way to phrase it? Imagine Hugh Hefner but Italian, so you know somehow greasier.
It was somehow worse.
Yeah, and that was the Italian president for quite a few years.
Oh, cool! Master
Oh.
Asia's here again.
I mean, I know they managed almost one of the biggest ocean disasters since the Titanic 10 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds like Italy. Story checks out.
It's hilarious. I mean, if you look at the actual story, it's hilarious just how badly they've handled literally everything.
I have to look into that then if it's that funny.
Oh yeah, there's a whole internet historian did a whole like big video on just how incompetent everyone was and how scummy the captain was. You'll have to watch that.
I will go and look at that later, obviously.
I'm just waiting to control Master Asia. They're talking still. I want to have Master Asia blow things up.
Master Asia, you look like you've got something to say. Yes, I certainly do. I have to go now. My planet needs me.
No, that's the true ending, Master Asia.
Oh.
Because I mean, that's kind of what he does. He
So-
just goes flying off.
So, fun fact, in Shin Super Robot Wars, which was one of the various side games they released in the late 90s, Master Asia is actually an alien.
Huh.
So he did. I have to go now. My planet needs me. Master Asia died on the way back to his home planet.
No, but he has this whole thing where he's like we need to cede control of the Earth over to I forget who it was. And they're like, how could you turn on your own planet like that, Master Asia? And he's like, well, it's simple, Domon. I am an alien.
I've never betrayed anyone in my entire life.
And then they're just like, wait, what?
Hey,
Is
hold
it
on.
the same planet? Is it the same planet? Do you think that the claws from in 30?
Could be.
Because they do that in Super Robot Wars 30. I'm like, hey, the claw is an alien.
I think he's an alien. He's an alien in this too.
He's in the original story. He was from the original Earth, but I guess since that doesn't work, yeah, he's an alien, or at least from some long forgotten human settlement people forgot about.
He's from I think he's from the fucking Votom's planet.
One of those. Yeah, and then after Master Asia says that, and then Char shows up and he's like, "That's a good idea. We should submit entirely to these aliens."
Aliens seem to know what they're doing. Oh yeah.
And then Amuro's like, "I can't believe you went through all this trouble. Then you're surrendering to the aliens."
Oh yeah. How
He's just like, yeah.
How goes 30, by the way, Sabo?
I hit the point where I think it's the Infinity finale. So.
Oh, wait. Is it the one where you? Is it the one where you basically? Well, yeah, like just basically the same thing as it is in T.
Well, I got Tetsuya out of it, and then Dr. Hell took it and ran away, and then I was checking the guide, and the guide's like, once you complete 5 missions, you're going to be forced into doing the Infinity finale, and then after that, a bunch of stages will be gone forever. So I'm like, oh, so I better do all those first.
Yeah. Because Infinity yeah, that also gets you a few other units that you might like, and yeah, that's basically like I think that's like the kickoff into like final third of the game, like main story.
So I got full powered Gridman, and he doesn't really seem that great.
As I said, you
just
use
he only
him.
has 2 attacks.
Yeah, but you use him to, like I said, stockpile things and one-shot bosses. Because his things do hit harder than any of basic Gridman's moves.
And I got Fire Jay Decker, and
just like Jay Decker.
It's just like Jay Decker, only with more moves, and I still think it's pretty ugly. And
You're just like...
I would have rather had Jay Decker and Duke Fire separately, and then just have Fire Jay Decker being attacked.
You're like, this could have been X-Kaiser.
Yeah, or this could have been Dagwon. Or Firebird, or literally everyone except,
Goldran?
Goldran's okay. No, Dagarn is the one I don't really care for.
Huh, surprised you don't like
think
Dagarn.
I think I like that even less than... It's okay, but it's just like, I don't really care for any of the characters or things in it. Goldran's alright. Goldran is Captain Shark. And that, of course, makes everything better.
True.
Actually, no, the Goldrun and the kids, I don't know. I'm just like, I just want Goldrun in for Captain Shark. I'm like, that's all I care about. Bench the actual protags. Captain Shark is all we need.
I believe in Captain Shark.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Nova is here again. Hikaru's depression has arrived.
Better beat that out of her.
It's like how I stopped using Ernie in the horse twins, and I mostly just use the prince because he's cool.
Yeah. I kept using Ikaruga, but yeah, I benched Zendog like almost as soon as I could. I was like, wow, this sucks.
Yeah, it's not really great.
Get out of here, Centaur. Nobody likes you.
It's like benching the mass-produced Mazinger in this game, where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna bench this as soon as I can.
Yeah. Once I no longer had to, Shiro was out. Shiro was gone. Which, that's, I guess, fair point. I should mention, how trained up is your Shiro out of curiosity, Sabo?
Oh, I've been ignoring him since the beginning of the game. He's level 5.
Okay.
Why, is he going to be auto-deployed at some point?
Yeah.
Is he gonna have to do something that I need him to?
I don't know about having. I don't know about having to do something, but there is going to be a stage where only him and Tetsu are going to be deployed for a few turns, and a lot of the enemies hit pretty hard, so he'll get one shot. So very much a case of good news, bad news, and that he doesn't technically need to do anything. He just has to live. That's good.
I can send him in a corner and have Tetsuya fight everything, I guess.
So
Or I suppose I can swap him into another unit.
you won't be able to swap him into another unit because he can only have Ichinanas at that point.
He can't pilot regular Mazinger.
I mean, he can, but you need.
He'll be auto deployed in his crappy thing.
Yep.
Oh, great.
There is a onboard mission that does boost the base stats of the Ichinana, but like that requires him getting like 30 kills.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one that he gets tons of kills that I completely ignored. I'm like, I think I'll pass on you.
Yeah, all it does is it boosts the base stats of Ichinana, so it's super not worth. But I did it anyway.
I mean, I figured if anything, I just throw him into Mazinger once Mazen Kaiser shows up.
Yeah, the problem is it's basically for that mission to get Mazen Kaiser. That's when you need to have Shiro and Tetsuya deployed. So, but hey, you're actually pretty close to Mazen Kaiser if you're about to finish Infinity.
Yay!
So enjoy using the final attack of Infinity. Because once you go to Mazen Kaiser, you ain't using that again.
Oh, cool! I've mostly wrapped up the rabble on this map. They're almost all dead.
So just like us, they're all dead.
I think I got to a couple of the DLC, final stages too. Although I haven't actually played them yet.
Fair.
Well, with Sakura Wars, it's just you just fight a bunch of demons.
Yep, there sure are a bunch of demons here.
And then there's like, hey, it's a gate that we totally could go home through, but we're not going to.
But if we do that, we wouldn't be in the game anymore. It was difficult enough getting into the game the first time.
And then Ultraman have one where Ultraman gets a final attack, and then the Iron Blood Orphans guys have to fight the mobile armor. And that's when Barbatos gets its final attack, which is risky to use because it makes him suck after 2 turns.
Surely in a world where you have shit like Mazingers and Getters, the mobile armors don't seem nearly as threatening.
No, it's mostly that you can only really fight them with the Iron Blood Orphan Gundams for most of the stage, which are pretty good, but the mobile armor is pretty hard hitting. And he doesn't use beams that they can just laugh off.
I thought the mobile armors did use beams because the gut.
Well, he does have a beam, but he mostly likes to use the physical attack that actually hurts.
Because I was going to say, I thought the whole point of Gundams and Iron Blooded Orphans were built to fight mobile armors because they spammed beam moves all the time.
Yeah. But he also has that tail thing, which he shouldn't have anymore because at that point it was cannibalized into Barbatos, but I guess they didn't care.
That is super. Was ever cared about details like that?
Yeah, it's not. It's just there because because that's everyone's favorite part of the show, I guess.
It's your favorite part as well, though. So
it is, yeah. Yeah, but I like the form of Barbatos that actually fights the mobile armor because it has a cooler fight. and it uses that big sword that he steals from the one guy. And then once they upgrade it for the final time, it just kind of smashes things until it dies.
And then it never wins a fight ever again.
No, it doesn't. It just stalemates, and then eventually gets destroyed.
One day I'll watch Iron Blooded.
Yeah.
You really should. I mean, you really, you don't need to.
You're not missing it. As someone who did watch it out of morbid curiosity, you're not really missing much.
I mean, you're better off just playing it in the games and just ignoring the actors. I mean, the setting is good, but they don't do anything interesting with it. The Gundams are really cool, but
They don't do anything interesting.
well, so I mean, they have a couple good fights, but like the ultimate form of the protagonist unit does not do anything interesting. Which is kind of like Sea Destiny in a way, except Sea Destiny could theoretically have a continuation, and Iron Blooded Orphans can't.
Well, it could, just without any of the main cast, because they're all dead.
Yeah, and also without any Gundams, because
They're all dead.
Russell locked them all up. And without any mobile suit fights, because the instant anyone pulls in any Gundams, Russell will just show up with his railguns and kill them. I've never seen them like completely just lock down a setting like that before. It's like nothing will ever happen here ever again.
Oh well, back to build fighters then.
Yeah.
Basically what happened. Well, we tried your way. Your way hasn't worked. Build fighters, build divers. We're doing VR now.
Like, you could still do stuff in G Gundam setting if you really wanted to.
When I just want to know, when are we gonna finally get Gundam fights on motorcycles?
I don't know.
Victory.
Build drivers. That's what I want.
I'll
mean, we
play
already
with
had-
the Diddler.
And we already had it. Oh no, it's real. So.
Well, when does Zork show up?
I think in the sequel, kind of, sort of, maybe he's Zork.
Oh,
Zord
Dragon
bless
penis.
us,
Oh,
everyone!
There is no dragon penis, but he's like this. He's like this weird thing that has somehow taken over the program and made it actually dangerous.
darn you, evil thing that maybe Zork.
Yeah. Well, it's like they keep going to this mysterious planet that like doesn't seem to be listed in any of the servers, and then it's like, oh, actually, it's just beaming their consciousness directly to an actual alien planet where there's an actual like AI overlord who's scanning the data from the Gunpla network and thinks they're actual weapons of war that he's creating. Like at one point, he literally watches Char's counterattack and thinks it's like a historical drama, so he makes a version of the new Gundam.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe they dropped an entire astronaut on the planet. Well, time to make my own new Gundam with blackjack and hookers.
Basically, yeah.
In fact, forget the blackjack.
He's like, they keep using these Gundam things against me. This must be like a secret Earth weapon. I should do research on it. And it's like Char's counterattack. It's a historical document.
It's actually really fucking funny. I like that.
It's like, this Gundam seems to be one of the strongest I've seen of the historical documents. I should make my own version of it.
Just wants to kit bash a new Gundam. We all know this.
Who doesn't?
Curious?
Probably.
Oh shit, that's something we can talk about. Valamar's getting modelled.
Oh yes, he is.
Oh, cool. Oh god, that reminds me. That's a different thing, but I at some point I need to order the Ray Earth model kits are coming out this year because I want to get the 3 robots.
Same company that's doing the Valamar model is also doing a Rhea model, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. There's.
a combined Rayarth model.
Oh, a combined one too. Okay.
I don't think it actually combines. I think it's just a model.
Yeah. It's a model of the combined version.
There was also a RoboCop 2 from RoboCop 2.
But what about 3 with the jetpack?
No. No, I mean, I not mean like RoboCop as in like Alex Murphy RoboCop. No, I mean Kane, the criminal. But they put in the RoboCop 2 body because that makes sense. Because if you can't find a cop who doesn't go crazy with the realization of being a horrible mutant, we put an already insane person in there. That will solve it.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's good logic right there.
And you check it. You're like, oh yeah, this is written by Frank Miller, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that Zio Reimer? Oh, there's also.
Yeah, it is.
Man,
Damn, Zio
Same Stuff
Reimer.
Alliance makes me think. Man, when Allenby
And
showed
also
up.
the Centaur thing from Knights and Magic for some reason.
You.
Oh, nice.
And
Not
also,
sure why, not sure why they decided that needed
a Pat Labor.
Ooh, I'll have to get that. I love Pat Labor.
the power loader from Aliens.
The Estavalis from the Desco, the first one.
Looks like a new version of this Shin Getter.
Vilcus, so more Cross Ange.
Finally!
Hooray! I have been joking.
That reminds me, I brought up Cross Ange.
You fool!
Hold on. In another group, the reason why it's funny is the one girl in that group, her reaction was immediately, "Shut the fuck up! Don't talk about Cross Ange!"
What a coward!
She's like, no. Because I'm making a joke about making people watch Cross Ange, but she knew what it was.
She's a coward.
I guess she
Also,
didn't like it.
Also, I guess I don't think she appreciated the beauty of Embryo.
I don't think most people
Well-
would.
Also, there's there's also in this models for Big O, Dana Thursday, and Godiner.
Oh god, Godiner, that's pretty good.
And then Dagan.
Yeah, I know. Which is why I'm like, oh great, Dagon is the next Brave that's in. I'm going to be really disappointed.
And also Dan Coogan.
And also Giant Robo, except that can never be in Super Robot Voice again. So
Why?
Because the rights changed
Damn.
because he died and the estate took over and they started charging a ridiculous amount of money that they
Bastard.
can't afford. Yeah.
Rip.
Also, God Sigma Gravion for some reason.
Well. Also, Promare, though I don't remember that robot from Promare. I assume it's in there, but I don't remember it.
And Raideen, except they can't actually use Raideen in Super Robot Wars anymore. Because
And
the Kamiya.
And we get Mike Guy, great Mike. Wait, why is we're not allowed to use Raideen? Because of Kamiya?
Because the VA, Akira Kamiya retired, and all of his characters became super expensive to use his archived audio for. It's the same reason we can't get original Getter anymore.
But now we have new Getter.
I kind of prefer this
Yeah.
film anyway.
I am surprised we've not. I mean, I think we'll be getting Getter Robo Arc for a few. For a
Oh
while.
yeah, Getter Robo Arc's gonna be next.
Is that or Devolution? But I think they prefer to use Arc because it's an actual show. Devolution's a manga. Spin-off? Question mark? I don't know. Devolution's weird. But yeah, Valamar's getting a model. Hooray.
Finally.
Now, if only the other 6 knights can get models.
I mean, if they make Valimar, they could probably make them all. They all have
Although-
the same. They all have the same basic frame.
Oh, I forgot this is the part of the fight. I forgot that I thought the map was over. I was just waiting for the cutscene. And I forgot this is the part where you have Domo and Master Asia one-on-one battle.
Honorable 1v1.
Yeah. Other than I think Ishmelga, I'm pretty sure they all have the same basic like torso and arms and legs.
I was gonna say, isn't Ishbelga like freakishly long-limbed?
Yeah, Ishmelga's taller than both of them, and
Because he's evil.
and has like parts sticking out of him. Everyone else basically is. I think they have a different texture model and they have a different head and a different backpack.
Because Ishmelgar is evil. I don't even remember what weapon Ishmelgar uses anymore.
He uses a big version of Osborne's sword, which is just him. Because he could do that apparently.
Makes sense.
So yeah, he forms an evil-looking version of the Millium sword, which Osborne wields on foot, and then once he transfers to Ishmelga, he just gets a big version of that, and just does Osborne's moves, which are basically just like swinging the sword and there being giant freaking explosions, because he's that powerful.
Darn you, Ishmelgar.
He has the 100-blade school, as opposed to the 7 blades, or 8.
If only Ishmelgar had been smart. If only Ishmelgar had been smart enough to team up with the protagonist, though.
No.
What an idiot.
I mean, he tried at the end, but he wasn't having it.
Yeah, and let's both ignore that. Let's both ignore the fact that he does team up with the protagonist. Sort of.
Oh, you mean in the next game?
Yeah, in Hachimari. Or
I mean,
Valkyrie, or
sort
whatever
of.
we're calling it.
I mean, sort of, but not really. It's more like they fuse.
Oh, damn it. Hachimari is, not coming out till 2023. Oh.
Yeah, it's not coming out for a while. Because they want to release Crossbell for some reason.
I forgot that was the explanation in this game for how Master H came back. DG Cells invaded him to try to resurrect him and use him as a host, and he said, "Nah, dog, I'm gonna use you." I forgot that was the actual explanation.
Even though in the show he's like, "Oh, I never had DG Cells in me." Except for that, even though he was blatantly vaporized at one point and came back.
Yeah. Yeah, when he was vaporized by God Gundam's boosters.
Yeah, this is after he got beat up so bad he started aging rapidly, and then then he gets vaporized by God Gundam's boosters, and then he just shows up 5 minutes later.
And then claiming he never got his ass whipped.
Yeah, they don't even acknowledge that.
Literally, he does, and he's like, "I beat you there." No, you didn't.
They're like, yeah, he's like, you didn't beat me, and then they're back to all of a sudden Master Asia is stronger, even though Doman clearly overpowered. It's did they just did they just decide to ignore that?
Yes. You could definitely tell it was written as they went along. And they're like, "Fuck, what do we do now? Bring back Master Asia, why not?"
I mean, I know people joke in Sea Destiny that they rewrote the entire show over the course of 1 week, but in G Gundam it looked like they actually did that.
Yeah, no, they definitely did. I say that while it's one of my favorites. I mean, I still say when Domon when Allenby joined up, he should have looked at Saisaishi, looked at Allenby, looked at Saisaishi, looked at Allenby, walked over to Saisaishi, ripped the emblem off, and put it on her.
I don't think it works like that.
They should have done it anyway, because fuck Saisaishi.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's that he gets to be he gets the emblem forever.
And we're all worse for it.
Probably.
God, Saisaishi just sucks. It's like, Dan, who's your favorite Shuffle member? Oh, anybody but Saisaishi. Fuck Saisaishi.
What is it with people having Gundams with dragons for arms being terrible, terrible people?
I mean, I'll say he's less annoying than Gotenks, but that's it's not a high bar to get over.
But here's the real question: do you hate him or Wu Fei more?
Wu Fei.
Okay, good.
I'd hate Saisaishi more.
Oh.
Wu Fei's at least amusingly entertaining in his stupidity. Saisaishi never is.
Yeah, but Saisaishi rarely even gets screen time.
Wu Fei's just too busy being ass mad that he couldn't beat Treize. Then when he did beat Treize probably let him win.
Yeah, it's I didn't really win.
He let me win. Why?
He let me win. I'm still angry.
And then you're like, why does Trace do like any of what he does in that show? Trace was such a weird character because he literally fucking changed his. He seemed to just change his goals every time he appeared. Just like, I'm a good guy now, sort of. Oh, maybe I was always a good guy, or maybe I'm not. You'll never find out.
Because I don't know. The writers don't know.
And I'm sat here like, just do the Megatron voice, man. Just do the Megatron voice. Just do the Megatron voice.
Yeah, my one friend, he started, because he's been watching, the Gundam series, he did watch Iron Blooded, and then he decided to go to Wing after that. And,
Interesting.
yeah, his order is weird. It's not like my other friend who went through production order. This one is, they're kind of just bouncing around. And Wing, they've been very slowly getting through because they've just been finding it so boring.
I mean, that's because Wing has to cram like 3 series worth of plot and a movie into one series.
Because I was like, yeah, basically, I said like, yeah, Wing is basically a show where nothing happens and then suddenly everything happens at once.
Look, we just need to spend half the show with Hero feeling bad about those people he killed.
Oh, don't worry, he was already at that last I talked to him, because the last episode he saw us when Hero blows up the Wing Gundam for the first time. Which I accidentally just let out and said, oh, for the first time. What do you mean the first time? And I said, don't worry about it, just look forward to when he gets it back, because it's really funny.
He never gets it back after he blows it up, does he?
Remember Zex rebuilds it?
Yeah, but he doesn't use that. He uses heavy arms because he
Yeah,
doesn't trust Zex to have not sabotaged the Wing.
Yeah, but I didn't want to just tell him that. I just want it to be funny when he sees it and he's like, no.
I always found that funny, is that of all the things Hero makes the correct choice. It's like, well, how do I know you haven't sabotaged the Wing? You just can't help but think Zex should have been like, shit, why didn't I sabotage the Wing?
Damn.
That
Damn, he's right.
That would have been a good idea. Fuck.
God.
Oh well. Oh well.
Why didn't I do that? Jesus, fuck, I'm stupid.
No,
I'm not sure after all.
So Zex rebuilds it, and Hero doesn't take it. But then Troa takes it to help them escape when the army finds them or whatever. And then in the next episode, Hero uses it briefly when they're helping everyone go to space, and then he leaves it behind on Earth. And
the Lady Un steals it.
No. And then Sally finds it, and she brings it to him when he and Catra are working as mercenaries. And then he uses it briefly in like for 2 episodes, and then it gets shot down when he's trying to help Trace, and then that's when he gets the Epion. And then Trace takes it and rebuilds it again, and that's when Lady Un steals it. So there's like a period of like 2 episodes, like in the middle of the show, where he does get Wing back.
Man, so fucking stupid.
I mean,
Wing is stupid.
Kinda, yeah. Wing is stupid.
At least we get the Death Scythe Hell.
Yes, Death Sight Hell.
The Death Scythe HG double hockey sticks.
Yes.
Death Scythe, the reason why we can't call it God Gundam in America.
The Death Scythe Hiffle.
I'm gonna send you to Heffel!
Good old Hiffle.
Home for infinite losers.
As far as I'm concerned, that's still what it's called. I don't care that it's actually
It is! Like,
I'm gonna be like, that's arguably better than calling it hell.
No,
Yes.
but it's still canon, because that one episode of Super that was the Dr. Slump crossover still calls it Hiffle in the dub. So, Hiffle is canon from in dub.
Alright, cutscene's over. I think we're all gonna go to Heffel now.
2 + 2 is 4!